Alright, so I've done a lot of thinking here, and I'm getting to a point where I'm wondering what's my purpose with this thing. And I think I'm gonna build like a track car for the street, if that makes any sense. So today I'm gonna be mocking up some dive planes or canards for the front of this thing. Don't mind this front lip here. I went out to Seattle, was it a couple weeks ago, and every single gas station I pulled into was like super steep, so that just destroyed my front lip. Yeah, I'm gonna be mocking up some custom dive planes or canards for the front of this thing just to see what it looks like. Can't say I've ever seen them done on a Crown Vic, so that's basically where we're at. So I've got these pieces of cardboard here. I'm gonna basically cut a general shape out of for a canard or a dive plane, whatever you want to call them. I gotta find some way to push this bumper back out. It's like warped. But yeah, I'm gonna probably make a custom like plywood splitter or something for it. So then I can run the dive planes off that up into the flare. Maybe make like a second smaller one. But these cardboard pieces are just basically to see if it would look good. Everything about this car has been like experimental. Everything I've done to this thing, I've never seen done to another Crown Vic. I know there's a point where you do too much to it and it just looks stupid, so I'm trying not to get to that point. Alright, so the reason I got 4 here is because I want to run one longer one, then one shorter one up top. Like I said, I don't know how they're going to look. So those will be the short ones, these will be the long. Yeah, maybe I'll cut this down a little bit more. Like these will just be some rough cuts, so. Yeah, that looks stupid. Alright, I'm gonna, maybe if I did something like that. Actually, to be honest, this would be a better way to do it, in my opinion. So I feel like before I've been just like slapping things on here just to see what it looks like. If I shoot toward like a goal or a purpose, like a daily driven track car, if that makes any sense, then I feel like I could like make something out of it, you know? Like I'm already over halfway there, but just need to make like a custom splitter, and I've always wanted to run some kind of fender vents. Maybe make my own custom front bumper with some like air ducts or something. I don't know. I feel like there's potential, you know. It's just finding time and motivation to do it, you know. Alright, so I need to cut a little off right here. Like something kind of like that. I don't know. And then back here, I was actually thinking of behind the rear wheel here, like build something that goes down and then under to kind of like finish off this flare here. But I don't know. Or maybe I could tie it into this flare. that. I don't know. Because if you go like this, I think it would look pretty sick to have dive planes on it. You know? Just make it that much more aggressive. Like have the other one coming off the splitter into the flare, and then have like a smaller one coming off like right here or something, or back here. I might just end up ordering some for a different car to see how they look instead of making my own. And like, I do love these flares. It's just I don't like how it gets fat right here in the front. Like if it stayed this shape all the way around, I think there's potential there. So I feel like if I'm gonna run these dive planes, it'd be easier if this flare ended somewhere up here, and then I could run the dive planes into the flare to kick that air up over. But because I feel like this is just too much going on here, you know. Then for the fender vents, I was thinking like somewhere up in here, like above the wheel well. Or I was thinking if I really wanted to go custom, just delete these overall and like get rid of this whole section here, and then run a flare, custom flare all the way to the door here and inside. Like bow this stuff in, run a custom flare all the way across. I don't know. Oh no, I'm gonna keep at it with this, get both sides on, see what they look like. So right now I'm just messing around with it, and just one piece on there, you can't really tell if it looks good or not. And being cardboard, it looks even worse. So cardboard mixed with the destroyed front lip, it's not a good look. And then another thing here, actually, I'd love to get the Duraflex side skirts because they're flat and they come down like maybe 3 inches, and then I could flow that rear flare into the side skirt. It's all in due time. Can't finish these projects overnight, you know. Like I believe that has potential. It's just needs a lot of work to look good. I don't know. Let's mess around with the smaller one. I don't know. That's too big. How about go up a little bit more? I don't know. Like that has potential. Just if I do it, I want to kick this outside one out a little bit more, and then the top one is just gonna be kind of chilling there. Because like I already got like all these functional vents here, GT500, and then just a couple of universal Amazon ones. It's like I don't know. I'm torn. I think it just looks funny because I don't have a front lip on here. But so maybe I have to do this first again, then come back to that and see how it looks. See it? I think it just looks funny coming into this flare right here. If I could figure out something with this front flare, I don't think this will look too bad with the front lip on here. I got a lot of work ahead of me, that's for sure. The reason I want to do like a track build on this is because track cars aren't perfect. As you can see all these holes, all the scratches. Maybe I can drop down to a 19 squared setup. Then, because the suspension on this thing is pretty much all dialed in. I think the only suspension goodies I need are the front and rear sway bars. And then I've pretty much redone everything on the suspension. Oh, I do need to throw the aftermarket Watts link in, but it's not a huge deal right now. Because it'd be fun to like do some track stuff with this, like autocross, or like I feel like if I have a purpose for this thing, I'll be driven to do more cool stuff with it, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I've daily driven it for 2 years, but I want to do something more with it, you know. I don't know. That being said, what do you guys think? Should I do a full-on track aero with this in full send, or just sell it and start something new? Just kidding. I have too much time into this thing to get rid of it, but I think it would be cool to make like custom aero parts for this. 'Cause it's a car that was never meant for the track, but like custom aero, custom splitter, custom side skirts, fender vents, hood vents, dialed in suspension. I think you could really make something out of this, you know. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. Full track car that can be daily driven, or I hate living on the street. There's so many cars going by. Full track car with aero, custom aero, or just keep it as a daily driver and get something else and start another build. That is kind of where I'm at with this thing. Because that way it would give me an excuse to get some racing buckets in here and kind of strip it a little bit. But I wouldn't do a full-on interior strip, just get rid of some stuff. But so I'm kind of stuck with this thing, like what to do with it. Because it would have been cool to like start this channel when I first got this thing, because then I could have done the header install, exhaust, big brake kit. Well, I still have plans of doing the Brembos up front, but like this car had like 90% of stuff on it already before I started this channel. So yeah, we're kind of at a standstill, and it would be cool to get to a point where I could pull this motor and like do a mild build on it, or coyote swap it with a manual, but that'll be later down the road when I can afford that, because right now it's just doing all these little mods here and there, hoping I get somewhere, you know. But yeah, let me guys know what you think down below. This is just kind of experimental to see what it looks like, because there's like a Panther specific track car group. I forgot what they're called, but they race stock P71s. But I've never seen anybody like go full track mode with one of these, like full aero, slam to the ground. Like, it sounds stupid just saying it, but it would be way cooler once it's done, you know. But that's kind of my goal. Like, I would love to do that with this thing, but it just takes some time and money. And part of the reason is like everybody thinks it's a stupid car, you know. Like, not everyone. Like, a lot of people like it. It's kind of a very controversial, I guess, car. But it'd be kind of cool to prove all the haters wrong, that you don't need to buy all the typical cars everybody else buys to have fun, you know. 4,000 pound Crown Vic, you can have just as much fun in 4,000 Crown Vic as you can in like a built track Mustang, or I don't know, a Honda, or some other cars, or a Corvette, you know. But I just love my sedans, so that's another reason why I kind of want to hold on to these. Like, I'd love to get a point with this channel to like just get a bunch of Panthers and build different crap out of them, like track car Panther, lifted off-road Panther, VIP Panther, daily driven, bagged, town car Panther. You know, they just have a lot of potential to be whatever. You know? Let me know what you guys think. Like, it has a lot of potential to be a track car. It's heavy and it's gonna cost a lot of money. Be kind of a fun track car, you know. A lot of guys drift these things, but I haven't seen anybody do like full on aero and crap, you know. But yeah, comment down below what you think, like, subscribe, and I'll be back with more content.